Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Mojo and we are live on Ark. We have an exciting day in store for you today. Actually, I'm just full of shit. I have no idea what we're going to do today, but we will make it interesting. We had started off here on Crystal Isles on day one, progressed somewhat rapidly. We'll take you to the beginning and kind of give you a brief tour of where we started and where we're at now and where we want to be. This is actually our second location here. As with most on Crystal Isles, we started off on the beach, southwest. Give you a nice look at this place once we return. So we have several nice bases already developing on this server. Alright, this is where we began. We spawned in southwest and made it to this little beach, and our first structure was right here in the middle, this little 3x3. Reason I like this spot, it was relatively safe. Drops right here, of course. And these small little rocks here, they have the potential of giving you metal. An early game to get your first metal tools, it's ideal. These provide you with enough to get started. We were able to get our metal tools quickly, and then that allowed us to get our crystal quickly, which then allowed us to get a crystal wyvern quickly. We are playing on Xbox official PvE, and On the first day, actually, there was there was a glitch with the taming rates, and they had been skyrocketed. So we were able to get ourselves a few crystal wyverns fairly easily. I even crystal tamed the 150. This would be her. Started off here. Once we got our crystal wyverns, we immediately took to the air. I wanted to grab a couple of properties. We'd actually done a little research on PC in the weeks before, just to get familiar with the map somewhat and get an idea of some spots that we would like to have once it came to Xbox. So once we launched off, we returned here, and I'll take us back to the second base here. Show you real quick. I don't know if many people know, but once we got to the air and before we made our permanent residence over on the plateau, we did our metal runs over here, and there's quite a bit of metal, as you can see under here, going up that path, as well as up above. And silica pearls also were readily available to us. Small cave here. Oh, take it off. Calm down, Soko. There we go. As you can see, this is every time except for once I've encountered no dinos, no creatures. But as you can see, silica pearls are abundant down here. Could follow this little waterway path, picking them up. Very nice and easy for early game collection. And of course you continue on back. And this is where you can get your first artifact. Lag, of course. Your first artifact. Just clever. Very simple, easy. Also, mounds of crystal in this cave too, as well as metal. Very nice place to take advantage of early game. Let us return. Alright, back on track. Headed here towards the plateau. It's real close to being a 50-50, which is ideal, especially on this map when things are spread all throughout the map, being centralized, and allows you to get to all the areas fairly easy. Also on this map in particular, a lot of the dinos you're going to need, your utility dinos, the ankylosauruses and dodics and mammoths, they're all in this area here. So the rexes, so you can get the majority of your tames from this little area. Argentavis as well. Yeah. As far as the crystal wyverns are concerned, you'll encounter some bloods over in this area, as well as some embers. although of course not when you're looking for them. They always appear when you're not. What do we have down here? Oh, uh-oh. There we go. Just want to let everyone know that my spy guy skills are subpar compared to a lot of others. But here we are at what we've been calling the plateau. Day one, we came out here and started pillaring. Decided to not be greedy and only take half. We gated it off here. And gated it off on all the spots where creatures could come up here. Tribemate is in the middle of an expansion project here, as you can see. This is our main structure. We have your basic setup. We have decent Ankies, decent Dodics, a mammoth. They're trying to get our Rex bloodline started, although we're not 100% on how we're going to approach our boss fight. We're leaning now towards blood wyverns and a UD for a buff. We did have a tribe on our server at their first successful boss fight, and that's what they used. Although we dabbled with the idea of using woolly rhinos as well as Rexes. The UDs were always pretty much going to be a part of the picture, so we may end up using a combination of all. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, we did manage to snag one griffin so far, and Tribemate deck, he's very lucky with these unicorns. He got both of these. He got the one on day one, actually. He even got a unicorn on PC official on day one. But we got this breeding pair here, and I bred them, and I ended up popping 150 twin girls. We have no names for them yet, but we have those. We have a line of blood wyverns we are trying to improve upon. We have pretty decent melee, but our health is not that great, so we'll be on the lookout for good blood wyverns. Actually just tamed one last night. I think it was this one here, and it didn't provide us with anything good. Need to look for at least a 10k base health. I think we have a 355 melee base, which we're just going to go ahead and run with that. And but yeah, some higher health would definitely be good. Got your average, and mind you, this is official, so we are on a grind. But yeah, a little bit of kid, a little bit of eggs, you know, your basic official setup. We have our crops going. Pretty much standard for starting out. Oh, is UD. So before I begin my day, throw my dinos out. Generally don't like to leave them out all night unless I just imprint it on them. I work most of the time, so don't really have the luxury of getting up in the middle of the night and checking my dinos, so I just put them up. They just take what they take. this is my little projects at the moment, although, like I said, taking forever to raise, you kind of miss out on things, because I tried the other day, tamed this little lady here, which has better melee than anything we have, so we'll be getting another Rex at some point, trying to get that good melee. But this guy's alright. He's 89% imprinted. I'm up over 10k health, but definitely room for improvement. This guy here is, you see the mustard girl over there, but that is a mutation. I did not raise this, so I'm not sure exactly if the stat showed up or what it was, but we do have the lovely yellow. And time for the poo-poo giga. There we are. Lovely, lovely 101. Got an imprint on it. It's over 18k now. Had a 150 base melee. So that's what we're going to work with. Let's see here. Let's borrow from the troughs. This Giga should be nearly approaching juvenile state. Nothing should need imprinted right away. And here's the Rhino process, which if we were to use it in boss fights, we would definitely have to get some better health. Melee isn't bad, but the health is lacking. Who knows? Okay, and that's pretty much what we have here. Egg cooking. Take you to our last spot. This is our unfinished bedroom, and there's Trimate deck. Hard-working Archer. He's all tuckered out now. Well, let's let him rest. Our other Trimate hasn't put down a bed yet, but we will maybe partition some bedrooms off, and probably eventually have to maybe put a little library up here, because we are collecting the blueprints. There are several Arctic snow biome drops. There's a little path. We have some shacks set up at each one. It's fast travel. Visit them, and then when our boxes become full, we go and collect. And yes, we've quite a little collection of blueprints. And this is one I didn't even know existed. Good stuff. And there's just some of the loot that comes out of those drops. Random shotguns. I mean, some of this stuff is really nice. Snail pushing out our paste, and as I said, this is the expansion project. We're going to try to get a line of blood wyverns going. We need to have the space. Okay. Give you another aerial view and then we'll make our way to our third property. So yeah, this is really nice that we got this spot. Some things do spawn in the area, but for the most part it's peaceful. We got our little Argentavis trap when we first got here we set up. We managed to claim this small water, which will house our water dinos. We can breed in there and raise. It's just fine. We have our standard little wyvern trap. We trap our wyverns and take the crystal. Also show you this real quick. Right now we can keep showing. This has been the spot where I've been collecting CP from beaver dams. It will spawn out of this little peninsula, and out there's one right there. Hard to see in the rain, but you get 2 dams. You can see. Where is that? There you are. There you are, little guy. I'm just gonna munch you before you start any problems. Oh, and there's another. Want to get involved? Yes, he does. You will allow him to get involved. Okay. Take a quick look and see if we can find the other beaver dam. I've seen this lovely rain. Who shoots these scores? Don't be a noob, folks. Empty out your beaver dams. Use that method. I'll slide out on the wing. I'll empty the beaver dam and then right back on the mount, and then we'll discard of all the unwanteds. There we are. Let's discard unwanted as well. You. Alright. And like I said, you circle around this peninsula, and because they spawn pretty much all around this little area here. But it looks like today one is all we're going to find. Perhaps someone snagged it up. Who knows? This is Ark after all. Alright. Carry on. Okay. I was showing you something, wasn't I? So, after we claimed the plateau, we pillared it off as best as we could. It was 4 in the morning by then, and my other tribe mate, Scorpio, decided to log out. I was about to do the same, and I said, you know what, let's just go for it and try to get us a floating island. little journey up here, but so my first trip up here, of course you see this big one right in front. Would be what you would think to be the ideal place to start your base. I had no idea if others had already started claiming these islands. And if I had a chance, I'd better go. So, once I landed, realized this place was clear indeed. So the pillaring began. Didn't pillar off the entire island because it's a lot, and two, we're not a extremely large tribe, so space. But I did manage to snag this, a good third of this whole island. Here's our waterway. Peaceful area, and it's also where I've been getting the old otters. I believe I have 5 at the moment. There is, or should be, yes, there is. It's 140 male. I have my eye on, but to be honest, I do not know if this body of water contains the fish tame that guy. I made an attempt once and completely cleared out this place and didn't make it. I think maybe a 90 was the highest one. There's this female here that we can try to get. There's another 45, which we have a decent level male already. This female here, 90 female, would be the one we would like to get, so perhaps I'll show a video of us doing that here sometime soon, making another attempt. It does seem that there are quite a little bit of fish, so maybe they're housing enough to get us that tame. See. But, yeah, that's our property. It is a nice spot. I thought it was going to be the best spot. It is a good spot for otters, but, not a whole lot of flat area, although you can be creative and make a massive structure. More than likely we'll just probably place a small cute little lake house right there, something. We did have some neighbors on this spot that I didn't even realize it was all one part. It all connects. It comes down here, but they've got a really nice spot. I'll just show you that. These guys here. A lovely setup. This is actually a similar design to our building. And yes, that's exactly what we were planning on doing, putting some windows in right there, but looks like they beat us to the idea. Although our little window area would probably be 2 or 3 walls high. I think it's a little taller than that over there. But nonetheless, yeah, they have a spot. I don't. If I had seen this spot, I may have taken it. It's kind of off to the side here, though. The view isn't view is still spectacular, of course, but I thought the front over there was the best view. That's why I went for it. But yeah, these guys have something nice. There's a donkey there. Okay. Yes. Oh yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode, I believe. I'd like to start up again when the tribe mates are online. I just want to give a brief introduction and really just provide a test for myself and see what we sound and look like. So look forward to many more episodes.